Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. If you listen to the end of the show, you'll understand why I hate humanity. My name is Jeff. Joining me this week was Josh.
Remember, and I'm the asshole of this podcast because
no, you're not an asshole, Allan. You're an asshole for fucking speaking before I introduced you.
No.
How dare you?
Okay, just for everyone to know, the reason why Jeff is feeling like really depressed and hating humanity is my fault because I logically diffused a situation and he hates me for it.
No, I hate you because
don't lie.
No, I hate you because I'm looking at something emotionally, and you're not willing to let me look at something emotionally, and you're willing to force me to look at something logically, which is just as good. But in this scenario, I want to look at something emotionally, and you're refusing to let me look at something emotionally.
No.
That's what you're doing.
No. Here's the thing.
Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate the giant toad with muscles and the giant penis. Thank you, Josh.
Hi, Slippy.
Let me fucking fix this right now.
Josh posted a picture of a nude Slippy with his arms flexed, and there's a giant wang just hanging out.
Good thing it's now gone.
Because clearly we need to move on to another topic. Like, fuck off.
This is gonna destroy the podcast. But Steam Summer Sale happened, and I bought some games. And
I've bought some games.
You don't play games.
I do play games.
No, you don't. You never play video games. Shut up.
He supposedly play games.
He apparently plays video games.
I do play games. I just don't get to play them often. And that's my big problem right now.
Allan, I'm offended. You offend me beyond my wildest dreams.
Yay?
Because you're buying video games that you'll never play, exemplifying an issue that I have of buying 3 games that I will never play, such as, what are the 3 games I bought? I bought 3 games.
So me buying Doom is a bad investment then?
You buying Doom is a terrible investment, because if you have not played Doom yet, you should quit your job. Quit everything. Just quit everything, and you should just play Doom.
That sounds like that sounds like bad advice, and I'm not going to accept that one.
No, it's terrible advice. That's the reason why I'm advising you to do this.
No, see, the best advice would be like, just take like a full day off and rip through that game, because you can totally do that in one single sitting.
Except Rory could have testified, since I'm currently since I was playing Dark Souls 3 with him. He knows if I find a game that I really, really enjoy, like Dark Souls 3, I actually really enjoy it. I'm actually going out of the way to try and 100% that game as much as possible.
Which is Pyre? Yeah. I don't know what So I bought Tyranny Parade Just Cause XL Edition, and I also got Planetary Annihilation Rise of the Titans.
I bought Dark Souls 2. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, I'm blanking on... I literally just bought them, too. Hang on, I'll just put up my my receipt from my Gmail.
I have 3 games just sitting on my cart. I'm like, maybe I'll get these.
What are they? What are they? Tell us.
Dead Cells, Road Redemption, and Dandaria.
Ooh, nice.
They have Puyo Tetris.
I just bought Beyond Good and Evil, Tooth and Tail, which is a real-time strategy game that you control one character while commanding an army, which is actually pretty impressive, and Dark Souls 2: The Scholar of the First Sin edition, which is I'm actually looking forward to playing that one because I like Dark Souls 3. I like Dark Souls 1. I really enjoyed Dark Souls 3, but I've heard a lot of things about Dark Souls 2 that does not encourage me to be like, I feel like this is going to be a great game. But then again, not a lot of games recently have been like that for me.
Right now, I'm just looking and seeing at my Steam list. So yeah, basically, Steam Summer Sale happened. Everything's going great. Everyone's happy.
Ironically, all I've spent today is only like $25 on.
I spent like $40, like $50, and I'm pretty good. I'm debating about buying more stuff, but like,
I just need to think I just need to think if I want to buy the Doom this week or next week.
They have I was gonna say for this summer sale, they have a gimmick of playing a pseudo. It's not the cookie clicker from last time. I kind of wish it was, but this one is now the I guess tower defense. Really lame flash tower defense.
Yeah.
And you just level up and you get cards, and you keep leveling up and you get different costumes, and you keep leveling up and you get more cards and costumes, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get free games from it if you like, completely take over a planet type of thing.
Mm.
It's like kind of a lottery of some sort of like, hey, one of these 4 games would be for free.
Mm.
So that's kind of interesting.
That's cool. I'm kind of thinking about buying like a bunch of like games right now, like Into the Breach, and like a few other ones and stuff like that. But I kind of want to wait and see what I can get. Like I'm thinking about buying South Park. I'm thinking about buying Dishonored 2 because I don't own that yet. Like I have so many things. Every other time I touch my stupid Steam wish list, it's like I look into my queue and I'm like, ooh, ah.
There's a lot of games on my queue list that I'm like, ooh, and then I stopped and I actually like effectively just today when I actually sat down and looked at what my list of games was that I wanted to buy. I was like, nope, stop, Allan. Cease and desist. Think of there are 5 games that you should go with at most, and then that's what I kind of like stopped and thought about. I'm like, okay, I only for sure want these 3 games for sure. And I'm gonna probably get Doom probably next week.
I mean,
yeah.
So I think, how long is the sale going on for? I'll probably end up July 5th. Day before. Well, I'll probably end up buying something before then. Again, because normally I spend about $100 and then life's good. So basically, like, my big thing right now with my Steam queue and stuff like that is that, like, you basically get a bunch of stuff. It's very sort of simplified and stuff like that. But I kind of want to recommend a game to everyone and stuff like that. And I think everyone kind of here should recommend one game that we think is worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Angels Falls first, which is right now about $10 on Steam. And it's basically a first-person shooter. It's like Battlefield, but better. So
really,
yeah, because like basically, Battlefield 2142.
Oh, so
It's
one
like
of the good
that.
ones.
Yeah, it's like that. It's not like Battlefield V, which everyone hates. So.
Battlefield V.
Battlefield 5.
Battlefield shit.
Battlefield Vagina.
Battlefield, we've decided that we're not going to.
So I have a lot to choose from in my freaking like. These are the games you should definitely play list.
Mm-hmm.
A lot to choose from there. If there's really one, like I would say it's worth the admission to get into. Man, there's so many to choose from. I would say, you know what? Go with Braid.
Braid? Yeah.
I mean, it's probably super cheap right now. Let me check the Steam store page. Like, it's been out long enough, and it's just a unique enough game that hey, it's like $5,
All right.
and the soundtrack is $1. But unique enough game where like the time mechanics and like the way you play and some of the references it has is like, oh, these are nice and fresh, and there's even some extra layer of secrecy in the game that you can discover if you can figure it out, and it's all super neat. So I think it's well worth it. It's like $5. You can't you could just don't go to McDonald's for one day. Just buy the game. It's great.
I also kind of want to get Wolfenstein 2, but I kind of don't want to get Wolfenstein. You know, kind of want to finish the games I'm playing right now and stuff like that, which are a lot of them. Allan, what's your recommendation?
For games?
Yeah, what game would you recommend?
For right now, for me, on my list of things that I would recommend, for sure, would be. I can't recommend the Dark Souls remastered edition. I actually can't. It's a great game and all that stuff, but like, I can't recommend it. I do believe a game that I would personally recommend right now would probably be like Armello, because I actually enjoy Armello. I go back and play it every once in a while, but the problem is Armello unfortunately has the problem of a slow, has like it's a very like niche game. The other two games that I would recommend would be, I'm going to say this straight up, A Hat in Time, because it's cute, adorable, and fun. And I've seen my friend play it, and I kind of want to play it, but I haven't got it yet. And the other game would be, well, technically one of the other games I would play is...
Freaking, I have that game installed, and I haven't fucking hit the play button yet.
I would also...
yeah, the only other game I would recommend is Ori. But everybody should play Ori because Ori is just fucking phenomenal.
I don't own that game.
You should. It's actually a really good game in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I should, but I would probably hate myself, so...
That's fair.
Wait, I have that too. God, man, I have my list is a little bit big. My list is a little big.
I have 100 games on my Steam, so don't worry.
I have 170. Welcome to my life, bitch.
I keep saying this over and over, but it's like 900 games on mine because I keep getting them on sales.
Actually, I think I'm even worse now. I have, and this is including all the free-to-play crap I own. All games. I own... Jeez, I wish I just told you how many games you owned. 405 games.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know if I actually own 405 games, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot of games.
Well, if you go to your library and just highlight your cursor, it says games with number underneath it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have in my library 102. I have, I think, like 10 of those installed on this computer. I think I have another 10 installed on my laptop, so I have 20 games out of 100 installed. But then again, I also have
79 games installed.
I do know for a fact that 3 games have been installed, but have been uninstalled because I've beaten them, which is Companies of Heroes, all 3 games. Oh, geez. I have Skyrim. I used to have Skyrim installed, but I played it more on the Xbox, and as much as I enjoy Skyrim on the table, on like this game, on this computer, I actually kind of prefer it on Xbox now.
Mm-hmm.
I had Fallout 4 installed, and I uninstalled it because even though I didn't actually get a chance to completely beat it, I enjoyed it, but I can't bring myself to finish it. I have Masters of Orion. I've played it. I enjoyed it. It's actually really fun. But again, after a point, it becomes very, very monotonous after a point. I have Medieval 2. I have Shogun. I have a bunch of Total War games on here that I don't have installed anymore. Like if I actually go down my list, I can actually like flick over a bunch of them and like go, okay, which games have I played and uninstalled? Undertale, Rainbow Six Siege, because I refuse to fucking play on that fucking app thing because fuck that app. Subnautica, because I've actually beaten that game, or well, gotten pretty close to beating that game. But I just stopped that for a point because I was like, I don't have the time for this anymore. I haven't played Night in the Woods, and that is a game I'm going to install and play because it's only like 3-4 hours to play. And then I got all my RPGs I need to play, which is, Metro 2033, Dark Souls 2, Darkest Dungeons. Yeah, I gotta get through that. Beyond Good and Evil, the Banner Sagas 1 and 2. I hate myself. I actually just stopped and just looked at the number of fucking games I have to play that are RPGs, and I'm like, oh god damn it. There's like 12 in here, and I hate myself because I haven't started any of them. What about you, Jeff? What are games that you bought, want to play, but still haven't installed?
I'm still looking at my Steam library, and it's growing at an exponential rate. Right now, it's sitting at 306 gigs. This is the amount of hard drives. I have 9 terabytes of hard drive space, boys. So that's a lot of fucking gigs. They're just games. Holy shit. Let's go through the list. Sublevel 0 Redux, I've never touched. Dork Void 0, Crusader Kings 2, Fallout, Freestyle Strike Basketball, Hitman, Quake Radical Heights, which I'm probably just gonna uninstall now.
Hold up. We're gonna stop right now and go, okay, Jeff, what are games that you want to play but haven't installed that don't go through a full list?
Totally
I went through I briefly covered games that I've played and beaten I've taken off my computer that are on this list. And I think there's 30 on here that I've beaten. But outside of that, you just stop.
I have a lot of games on my computer, Alan. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Okay, go with RPGs that you've bought and haven't played. Are we going to be here for 3 hours? Because if we are, I'm just going to get up and go outside and take a nap.
Dark Souls 2, Darksiders 2, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Disgaea, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's a game I actually still need to get. Fuck! God damn it, Jeff. I've never played it. I've never played it.
It runs like shit.
What, Disgaea? Kind of.
Yeah.
I think they fixed it slightly. I don't know. I've seen it, played over at a friend's place because he bought it, and I was reminiscing about all the dumb tricks you can do in that game because it's there's a lot of weird, it's a strategy was it the strategy JRPG?
It's on sale for Disgaea and Disgaea 2 are on sale for $16 total.
Yeah, so basically both of them are pretty nice.
Oh, and there's a Disgaea 5. Oh, but that doesn't have a price. What the fuck?
It's to be announced, I think. Which they have been like that for quite a while. I'm not sure what's their dealio for not putting that on there yet. But basically, it's to give the skinny of what that game is. It's a strategy JRPG akin to Final Fantasy Tactics, but way more over the top. And you have tag team moves, and you can have a tower of players. You can constantly pick them up over and over and over, and you can chuck them across a map, and you can just attack people that way, or just have a giant tower of people killing people in a tower. So you constantly uppercut people going up the tower of people, and they're constantly getting hit, and once you get to the top, you do a big power slam, and it just murders the fuck out of a lot of them. So it's a lot of weird strategy you can pull off in this game. And you can kind of grind your life away at the game too, because you can level up your equipment. You can level up any equipment, you can level it up. You can level up characters, you can reincarnate them. you can go all the way up to level 9,999 and then reincarnate them back down to 0, but still keep their original stats.
Jeez.
So it's like, oh, want to level past the screen? You can do that. So you look at their stat screen, and it goes past the freaking side of the screen, and you go, oh, that's way over leveled. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a really fun, over the top. It has a dumb JRPG story to it too, and the like for that little single player moments when you're not jumping into the item worlds and stuff like that. And I don't know, I like it. I dumped a lot of time in it, so I'm gonna tell you I like it. I think the only thing that sucks about it is that it can be slow, and you're like, oh, I just want a power level, but whatever. And that's about it. So I recommend it.
Okay.
And is there anything I've actually my entire what have I installed, but yet I haven't like did anything with? Oh, you know what? I have like, I think I played at least all of these once, but I barely remember playing them whatsoever. Because it's probably like a short, like 10, 15 minutes, and then stop for whatever reason.
Holy shit, Josh! That's a lot of
too
games.
many.
You have too many games.
Yeah.
We still need to stream Undertale. I mean, Doomslayer Simulator.
Doomslayer yeah.
Yeah, that's what Undertale is. Doomslayer Simulator.
Yep.
Yeah. We still have to stream that happening.
Yeah, I actually have to sit down with you guys and watch you guys play through that game because I've already.
It's just gonna be me just murdering everything, and Josh going, no, stop, and me going, nope, Josh, we have to kill them all.
Suffer not the demon.
And suffer, the demons must die, and then Josh is gonna be like, no, stop. You're killing, you're murdering. Oh my god! And then I'm just gonna be like, give me a shotgun, and I'll fucking put a hole in their heads, because they have to die. The demon scum have to die.
But this one's a kid.
I don't care. The kids have to look. Any demon that ever exists. I'm not talking about like Earth people and stuff like that. I'm talking about spawn from hell, lives in the underworld, lives in the cold dark, fueled by the fires of rage and hatred. Those are demons. They have to die. Even the children have to die. That is, somebody's just gonna eventually like cut this out. Somebody's gonna just cut out that line and just be like, the children have to die, and they're gonna be like, do you want Jeff Rock running your country?
Children have to die.
No. I wouldn't want Jeff Rock running my country if that was how they're gonna introduce him. Is like the children have to die. Of course, I wouldn't want that. But then again, like,
and then I just sit there. I'm just like,
when me and Jeff have when Jeff actually puts the conversation we had before the podcast at the end of the podcast today, people won't vote for me ever.
No,
so
people are gonna be like,
I've shot myself in the foot there. But hey, what do you know?
Here's the funny thing: is like then I'm just gonna sit there and just like, as soon as that becomes an attack ad, literally the next ad's gonna be like yeah, I'm Jeff Rock. I'm a person who doesn't pick cheap ads and stuff like that, because fuck those people. I'm actually intelligent. Here's what the full context of it is, and then it's just gonna be like look, we have to kill demon children. Look, demon children have to die. They're demons, so thus they have to die. I'm not flawed in that logic.
And then I'm on the flip side. I'm like, some of these demon kids don't even have arms. This one is just only has legs, torso, and a head. And he looks adorable. Look at him. He's adorable.
Oh my god, you punched it in the face.
I'm like, Jesus.
Anyways.
Yep.
Hate everything. I got a Fitbit, guys.
Yeah, Jeff's trying to get back in shape.
Jeff's getting back in shape. He's getting his life together. You know what's great about getting my life together? It feels good. I feel very good about myself. I'm gonna go drink some wine after this. You know what? You know what the scary thing about the Fitbit is?
What?
Is that like it tells you how well you sleep at
Oh,
night, and then it's like your heart rate is like 100 beats per second. And it's like, oh, thanks Fitbit. I really didn't want to know that. Like I really didn't want to know that my heart disease was going off. Great, thanks, man. Good job, Fitbit. And then the funny thing is like the doctor's like you're like completely fine. I'm like, oh, so the thing is just like not working. He's like, yep. I'm like, cool.
Or your Fitbit, it's like, man, you almost died like 6 times when you're sleeping. That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm gonna go for a walk after this and feel a lot better. You know what? The best thing about it is I got it for free. I won a contest. Let's say that I won a contest and I got it for free. And so I'm drinking more water. I'm drinking less soda. I'm drinking less diet. I'm still drinking like a lot more water. I'm like running more. I'm going back to the treadmill more often and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel better. I feel great.
Well, I'm working at a job constantly outside, eating the most trashiest trash possible.
It's going to be really funny if we ever get like a office, because like literally Josh's first house is like literally his desk is just going to have a treadmill underneath it.
It's probably going to have a treadmill, or is it going to be that picture you keep seeing on the internet where there's a mountain of fucking pop bottles? Just a literal mountain.
No, we're just going to put a treadmill underneath your desk and stuff like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit there and wire it up so that
I've lost 15 pounds since I started, 15 pounds since I started working this season. So
yeah, because like Allan, you lift like heavy things every day.
yeah, I guess.
Allan's the person who like in a fight you want Allan there, because Allan's like, you go, hey Allan, knock this guy out, and then he just knocks him out, and then you just go, okay, I guess you should run now, like, because I'll just sick Allan on you all. Like, that's Allan now. Like, Allan's, like, intelligent enough where, like, to get him to fight, it's like, okay, Allan, I'll give you $50. And then he goes, no, higher. I'm like, okay, I'll give you $100. No, higher. Okay, I'll give you $1,000. And he's like, okay, a million. A million. Too much. Okay, 1,500? Good. Okay.
15,000.
Okay.
I can work with that. No, actually, what's really funny, I like how you're like, oh yeah, this. And I'm just like sitting here, like just writing the numbers in my head. It's like, how much would I actually kill for?
Not kill, knock somebody out.
Oh, knock somebody out? Oh, fuck. 1,500 is fucking great then. But then again, if I'm going to like, no, Allan, I need you to fight to protect me. All right? I'm just going to pick up a sledge or any heavy object and take out the knees.
The knees must be taken out. There's an accurate picture of Allan right there. To describe it, it is Dimmadong, some guy from Fairly Odd Parents in Kill la Kill gear, because of course. And the caption is, "Who killed my Dimmadong dad?" Dimma don't lose my way. So yeah.
Dippa don't lose his meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Speaking of memes.
Europe did a thing, and making memes are illegal now.
In Europe.
And Europe.
You have to have a license to meme.
You have to have a license to meme in this Christian server, and I wish I was joking about that, but it's actually true that Europe has now proved to be becoming. The European Union has finally proved that it's becoming an authoritarian state, because
it's a police state.
It's not even it's becoming an authoritarian state because none of the like actual like states, like the countries and all that stuff, actually have the right to dispute this law. Because nobody has elected officials there. It's all a council of set number of people. Most of them are business owners. and they decide what's good for you and what's not good for you. It's the reason why I don't like the European Union anymore. It was a good idea on paper until you realize that people like to have power, and power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is sad because like the idea of that kind of market actually it's a solid idea behind it. It's just it doesn't work. It never will.
Here's my thing: is that like it's funny because the European Union just consistently proves that the world is terrible, and worse and worse and worse. But at least it can't get any lower.
I mean, it could.
It can always get lower.
Yeah, it can.
It can always have more dick-shaped lipsticks.
Why? Why do you keep licking these things? Where do you even find them? Like, what the fuck, dude?
You've been talking to Sam again, haven't you?
This one came from
what?
This one came from Twitter. I'm sure it came from 4chan in the first place. Oh, fuck. These are so funny, and it's well done. Like, well done.
They actually surprisingly are.
Both of you make
The funny thing is, if you Google dick sticks, these are real. Like, you can buy these.
I don't want to even know anymore.
I don't even want to know like what person would buy these.
You do it for a freaking dumb joke for another girlfriend that you have. Be like, hey girlfriend, hey, here's a lipstick. That's a dick. Ah!
Yeah, like if somehow like somebody ends up like you end up dating two girls and you want to break up with one, that's what you get them. Great.
That or like the other girlfriend is you're the girl you're a girl and you have a girlfriend and you're just doing dumb jokes all the time. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Great. Good choice.
My ears. Ow. Not you, Josh. It's not because of you, Josh. It really isn't, actually. There's something in my ear, and it's actually bothering me. It's probably some dirt from work.
Oh, just earwax and bugs.
Probably some bugs.
So going back to memes.
We're gonna
go back.
Is that a JoJo reference?
It is a
no.
JoJo reference.
No, the European Union is fucking
They suck.
horrible.
They suck. Also, the World Health Organization recently declared gaming disorder as a moral plague.
Okay, there's also something else that got followed up by that, which pisses me off.
And gaming disorder is now, what else is it? Something else. It's really funny. An addiction.
It's an addiction, gaming disorder. But no, the other thing that pisses me off that's actually two things that piss me off. With the gaming addiction and the gaming disorder situation, it's if anybody plays more than, I think, what was it, 20 hours a week? And like somebody broke down the math, it's like, so if you play games for more than 2 hours a day, you have you have a mental disorder.
Yeah.
And the other thing that pisses me off is the World Health Organization also declared that transgenderism is not a mental disorder. It's not a medical condition anymore. That means.
Isn't that the opposite of what the World Health Disorder should be doing? Declaring something that is basically harmless is the best addiction to have. Because not only will it prevent you from smoking drugs and stuff like that with how expensive some of these games are. I mean, EA is doing a service by ripping you off.
Yeah, I know.
EA is doing a service by ripping you off.
But Jeff, you also have to think about this thing. Down in the States, and even up here, I think in Canada, I'm not 100% sure. For you to get your sex change, like to go through like the bottom surgery, that is like to go from penis to vajayjay and go from vajayjay to penis. Those are under medical services. That means if you have gender dysphoria, which is transgender
Which does exist and stuff like that.
Which I accept. That's how I've always viewed transgenderism before the left fucking destroyed it, and that's the reason why when I look at transgender people now, I go, okay, do you have gender dysphoria? Yes, cool. You're actually a good. Are you actually trying to transition? Yes. Okay. Awesome. You're actually a transgender person. And then I hear what other people say, and I'm like, no, stop. With this changing of this law, with them change or not law, this medical condition being no longer being a thing. You want to know what's really funny?
What?
Nobody will do bottom surgery anymore.
Oh, for free?
No, they won't even do it.
At all?
Doctors won't do it at all. There's no medical reason. Yeah.
That's fantastic. You know why it's fantastic? Because why would we not want those people not getting what they want, especially when they have a mental issue?
Well, it's not a mental issue anymore, buddy. That's ableist of you to say that, buddy.
That sounds like the World Health Organization is basically being a terrible company, and it sounds like they're listening to the wrong group of people. China, Saudi Arabia.
Well, actually, here's the thing about there's also something else about the World Health Organization, all that stuff. So somebody actually pointed this out to me about the Human Rights Council. Did anybody hear about what happened with them?
Nope.
30 of their members. 30. Just remember that's a number. 30.
Mm-hmm.
30 of their members have been accused of human rights violations. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that sounds about right.
How ironic. The UN, a political force that is now obsolete, dead, and falling apart from the inside, has that problem again. God damn it. Fuck.
Yep.
Why didn't the world end in 2012? What the fuck? God damn it. Mayans were wrong.
Because it did end. We just live in the worst timeline.
I don't know. Well, if this is the worst timeline, fuck, man. I'd love to see what the fucking other timelines look like.
The best timeline is the one where Trump is president and everyone doesn't care.
Yeah.
The worst timeline, there's one timeline that's worse than us, and it's where Hillary Clinton is president, and it's resulted in World War III.
Where, the nuclear holocaust has finally happened.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting back on topic. The world, there's a fuck ton of dumb things that happened this week, and it's just like, what the fuck? Sargon of Akkad and Count Dankula and fuck, what's the other guy's name? Like three big YouTubers for the people who are like anti-feminist and anti right-wingists, and like they're basically the centralists. They literally got up as a group and they literally looked at each other. It's like, we're gonna go join UKIP because fuck this country. We're done. And I stopped when I heard that. I laughed out loud, and my friend was like, "Why is that so funny to you?" I'm like, I need you to understand something. UKIP is basically Trump for the UK.
Yeah.
And then my friend laughed. He laughed really, really hard, and it was great. I have never actually seen my friend laugh that hard.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, at this point with the situation in the world, what else are you gonna do?
Cry
deeply.
Cry deeply.
And then cry even more.
Anyways, VidCon happened. YouTube panel. That was funny.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, that was hilarious. I actually sat down and I only got.
I wanted to get to Josh's topic, but yeah.
I'm sorry. No. I need to talk about this because that was fucking savage. But we'll talk about Josh's stuff first.
Actually, I'm kind of curious about the VidCon thing because I saw the image, but I didn't go and read up on why.
Oh my god. Okay, so they basically set up a little bit of a live tweeting session where people could tweet at them.
Oh.
And so somebody tweeted the message at them, which was, "Hey YouTube, can you tell us what's going on with your subscriber box? Because for some reason when I when I post videos, my subscribers don't get them. Are you just gonna eventually just do what we all know what you're gonna do and axe the subscriber button, because then you're just gonna tell us what to watch? And like the panel was fucking dead silent. No one laughed, no one coughed. They just stared at the ground in just shame. And I was like, oh, dude, the savage ripping apart that was.
Can I
Great.
can I sit there and say this about YouTube and right now and stuff like that? Is that company is so fucked. Like,
Yup.
not just fucked. Like, we're not talking about like normal levels of fucked. We're talking about fucked. Like, we're talking about basically a dumpster fire, and the only reason why they're still relevant is because of their monopoly.
Yeah.
Like, and like, that's very concerning as a company and stuff like that. Is like, you're not that big. You're bigger than some people and stuff like that. But it was like, you don't really have a lot of like leeway in your performance and stuff like that. But like, as soon as like somebody like Twitch or Floatplane takes off and stuff like that, it's just going to like end terribly for them.
Another good example of somebody who it's going to happen terribly for them when they take off would be if PewDiePie takes off.
Yeah, that's going to be
which is a horrible situation for fucking YouTube. Like, that is like YouTube has finally collapsed on itself, and like, we just like gotta look at them and go, well, you fucked up because you had the chance to solve all these problems and then you just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
I do know for a fact that another thing that might happen is if one group that might happen is if like any of the big YouTubers start to leave, any of them.
Well, that's already happened.
Well, okay, well,
like, you have H3 leaving.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, like, you're having
but at the same
stuff
time,
like this.
I kind of like I sat down with that situation. And I was going, well, okay, is that actually like a really, really bad situation? I kind of like stopped. I'm like, no, that's actually fucking terrible news to hear for fucking them, because like, what are you gonna do now? Like, this is a big podcast group who's leaving your fucking service.
Yeah, it's not as bad as like like H3 wasn't really that bad and stuff like that. I would agree with that, but I would also sit there and say that like, if LTT leaves,
oh, they're done.
They're pretty big and stuff like that. I'm sure they would still survive. I don't know
if they would.
Floatplane would probably be okay, like, and stuff like that. It's like, but like, here's the question: it's like they're already basically out the door. Like, their videos are about like a day late already, like a week later and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, right now, like, YouTube really is not in a good place. They're still the biggest, but like, I could just see Google like falling down the aisles.
I can not only just see them falling down the aisles, I can see them just completely like falling apart at this point.
They're basically at that point.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to see YouTube going this way. It's actually like a little distressing, because you're like...
Well, like, the problem with YouTube right now is that they're in an area of the world called Silicon Valley, which has basically become this harbinger of like, how dare anyone think differently than us, blah, 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 blah. We need more women in tech instead of hiring people who are better, right for the job and stuff like that, which I encourage and stuff like that. No, we need to hire people who will work for this company and stuff like that, and instead of like expecting anything good to happen, we just will let terrible things happen. Well, you tell me what's going to happen. I think we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's actually kind of horrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Things are going to go to shit for like 20 years. Yay!
It's not going to go to shit.
It pretty much is going to go to fucking shit.
It's going to go to shit for like 25 years. Yay!
I hope not.
It's going to be... for it to turn around and for these people to leave, it's going to take 20 to 25 years.
So, Josh, how was your drawing tablet then?
I'll tell you when it comes in the mail, because basically, like I was like, man, I always wanted a drawing tablet, and I just simply don't want to buy a fucking Wacom because it's just expensive as shit. And it's like,
so as somebody who owned a drawing tablet, Wacom's the worst, in my opinion.
Because I had a Wacom at one point.
Every single pen I owned of Wacom has blown up.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Are you like overpressing on it or what?
I don't know.
That might be a pressing issue, but
I don't know. But like this next one, like I'm just getting a monitor. So. Whatever.
If then you explode the monitor.
Then the monitor's gonna break. So.
But basically, it's like I just broke down like a week ago, and it's like I just need a drawing tablet. I just need a drawing tablet. So I just did a bunch of Googling, did a bunch of YouTube watching, did a bunch of like cross-referencing different tablets, and I think I've finally got the tablet. And it looks pretty good, and it looks super snazzy, and it's really cheap compared to all the other tablets. Hold on, see if I can look it up on Amazon again, because I kind of forget what the brand name was. Amazon. I think it was an XPen model, but like there's like three other different like companies that are making these kind of offshoots. Here we go. Yeah, XPen. See if I can provide a link. There we go. This one is both wireless or wired. The pen doesn't need a charge.
Yeah.
Like it comes with it comes actually with some more bells and whistles. It has 8 buttons of custom interface with a scroll wheel on it on the top with the top corner. Or you can flip it around, for left-handed use. Like it's super cool, and it looks super useful, and it looks like it does absolutely everything that you want a tablet to do. So it's like, okay, I'm getting this,
which is fair.
Yeah,
it is the product that you want for what you need.
Exactly, because like the more I look at Wacom stuff, I was like, man, these are like, super snazzy, all the bells and whistles, but it's like, fuck off. I don't want to pay like freaking two months salary on a goddamn tablet. So it's like, I'm pretty sure these third-party offbeat brands could do the exact same thing.
It depends on what you're doing with it, though.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
That's
like,
also true.
For me, like, in my opinion, Wacom is good, but the Wacom has the problem of being like this having a huge monopoly in the market right now. So like, no matter what, you're gonna see some. In my opinion, they kind of do need some competition, but a really big problem with them right now is the fact that just nobody can really compete with them.
Like, don't they have patents on a lot of their stuff, so no one can even touch into their arena?
No,
like, I want to swear they had like 1 or 2 patents on their shit that they couldn't.
They have patents. They have patents on their design setup, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have some patents, but not a ton of patents.
Because if they had a bunch of patents on like how their designs are set up, no, like you wouldn't see any other tablets other than Wacom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering with these third party I was looking at. It's like, how people like, other than the YouTube videos I was searching for, I was like, how does like no one buy more of these offbeat brands? Or is it because like, it's not a Wacom tablet.
You would actually be surprised. How often that happens.
Because other than me, like, I know I've kind of looked at these before, and then before I broke down and just bought one, I was like, how did I never heard of these third-party things ever before? Like, other than me just simply Googling them for them. It's like, it feels like I should have heard about these a long time ago.
Yeah, most people should have.
Yeah, it's just the more I look in, like, the more I look into this, the more it's like, it feels like if they advertise like just a tad more, like they would be like just as high, if not just a little lower than like Wacom at this point for all those third parties, anyways.
Yeah, that tends to be the case. Like they're good. They from everything I see, they're like good quality, but they're just like not Wacom.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people are just like, oh, if it's not Wacom, then it might be bad. But it's like, well, even Wacom has their problems.
Yeah.
So it's like, this should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, it's probably gonna fine.
Yeah, or even like the third-party tablet screens you get.
Mm-hmm.
Like those ones look even better. It's like, why wouldn't you get those?
Yeah. Why didn't you get one of those, Josh?
Because they're cheap too. But I'm like, I don't have room for a third monitor.
And here I am getting a third monitor. I'm beginning the Jeff Monitor Fund. It's great. It's wonderful. You donate money to the Jeff Monitor Fund, and Jeff gets a monitor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very good feature.
Do I get to use this monitor, or is it just
you?
you?
Nope, just me.
Huh. So, do I get to see you use this monitor, or do you
Yes, you get to see me use the monitor.
Uh-huh.
You get to watch me see this monitor.
Uh-huh.
You also get to see me make jokes about the monitor. You also get to see me when I'm live streaming, making videos of stuff that happened, draw penises on the screen and stuff like that using this monitor.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so like I said,
what tier do I get my own custom penis? Is
that what tier do you get your own custom penis? At the tier highest of the high.
Oh, so that's like the 50. No,
that's like the $60 range.
$60? Okay.
If you donate $60, I draw your own custom penis.
So what's like $40? Is that just a smiley face?
That's just a smiley face.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's a $10?
$10 is you get a thank you.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
Would the $1 be the thank you?
No.
Or that is just the middle finger saying thanks?
That's the middle finger.
Okay, good to know that I know these tiers now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go throw my money on something else.
I'm ready to just fucking call this a night now.
I have to go take some cough drops.
No, I actually need to get I have to work tomorrow unless it rains, which I highly doubt it's going to.
So,
just gonna suck if that's actually the case. I want a day off, but I gotta wait till fucking Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So, final question. Josh, you've been organizing your brother's Magic collection.
Yeah, I've been organizing my brother's Magic Gathering collection, and fuck, my brother's been sitting on a fucking gold mine for the past couple of years. Like, Jesus. So, I will just name drop, like, 2 to 3 cards here, and just those cards alone makes this collection just fucking expensive beyond reason. So, you had Cavern of Souls, which, if you don't know, if you just simply Google Cavern of Souls, it is a $102 card, and he has 3 of them. He has Snapcaster, which is another more expensive card. I think that's sitting at like $80, $75, depending on the version you buy. And he has like 2 of those. He also has a bunch of what's it called? Pinchlands? No. Shocklands? Yeah, there we go. He has like a bunch of basically anything that you would need to play in Modern, he has it. Like to play in the Modern format, which is probably a little more not expensive as Vintage, but still pretty expensive. Where you're like, oh, you could totally easy drop like a grand or two into a single deck, just so you could be like on the high competitive level. And my brother has like almost all the cards needed to make a competitive deck. So, so it's like, and another thing that doesn't help when I'm looking through his collection is that through the years he's been buying cards, but he hasn't been organizing them in any fashion in any way. So he's been buying a pack, looking at the pack, going, "Oh, these are neat," and then throwing them in a box. So I'm literally going through random assortment of cards and trying to organize them for the past 4 fucking days. And it's been freaking so bullshit. So goddamn bullshit. Like
Sounds like you're in a terrible situation.
I'm so far I'm just organizing the shit out of them, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna owe me 1 or 2 of these cards, because fuck, this organizing is driving me nuts. And the only reason why he asked me to organize them in the first place is because it's like, well, I don't play the game. I know you do. So maybe you could just, find what you need and pay me later or something. So I'm looking through it. I'm like, dude, you have like, if I were going to buy the most expensive cards you have, I would have to give you $1,000, if not more. Like, there's a bunch of shit in there that I even mentioned that I'm forgetting. But it's like, dude, how did you get all this expensive shit?
Sounds like you should be selling this.
Yeah, it's like you can make so much more money, and you'd probably get like another faster computer if you wanted to out of all these fucking cards. Like, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now I'm almost done going through the collection. I'm now just trying to go through all the commons and uncommons that'd be worth like $5-10 because they're broken in some sort of deck. And that's so far my freaking quest on freaking organizing my brother's shitty collection that he never organized. God. Like, it's so weird because you're going through the boxes and you're like, common, then, oh, what the fuck? He has this? And you just put that off to the side and you go, common, and then, oh, what the fuck? This is like $200. You put that off the side. It's like, it keeps doing that over and over. Like, I mean, it's an adventure. Definite adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But frick. Like, so jelly. It's just so jelly.
I think we're done.
I think we're also done.
I'm just like, I have nothing else to add at this point. I'm just like,
My just to know my brother's sitting on gold, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So much gold.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Black Mind Podcast. My name was Jeff. Joining me this week was Josh. Also joining us this week was Allan. You can listen to the Black Mind Podcast every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can also listen to us on YouTube and your podcasting app of choice. Have a good night, and thank you for listening to us.
Gold.
This is how like people are gonna be like.
I'm recording now.
Okay, like
All right.
no, this is like fucking dumb.
No, it isn't. All right, you're an illegal immigrant, Jeff. Let's say that is your kid. All right, they take the kid away. They check your background and they check your DNA against the kid to confirm that that's your kid. And then when it's done, they hand him back to you. Do you want to know where that kid's spending all their time though?
And the same thing.
No.
They're in the concentration.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're in a camp that has soft beds, that has an education system, has a playground, and as well as in addition to that, being served hot meals, given proper showers and stuff like that. all on the government's expense. They're still getting an education for free while they're there. So it's not a concentration camp.
That's the point.
Secondly, you're an illegal immigrant and you stole that kid. What they're doing is a legal precedent to protect the children. They're taking them away, separating them, going through all their backgrounds to confirm that this kid is yours, because the child trafficking is a thing down in Mexico.
It is.
So I'd rather them do that. Well, now they won't, because Trump, because the Democrats.
They're going to try and keep families together, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing, except for the fact that they're going.
If they have a suspicion of a child trafficking situation, then they're going to sit there and do the exact same thing. So.
No, I agree. Like it's a horrible thing to have happen. But I'm being very pragmatic about it. It's a horrible thing until you realize what's worse: kid being taken away from his parents for a month at most, to make sure that that's actually his parents, only to find out that that's not his parents, and that kid was being put into a child sex trafficking ring, or being left with that person who is saying that they are their parent, and them being sold into a sex slave trade.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Fuck it. Here's my thing on that and stuff like that. It's like, yes, the sex trafficking thing. Yes, take the kid away from the adult 100%. Do that. That is the right thing in that situation. There is precedent of the child not being abducted, then no, it's kind of horrific.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, how effective do you think the Mexican legal system is?
I don't think the Mexican legal system is effective at all.
Cool. So, what makes you think they're actually going to report? Oh, this child was abducted to the U.S. Border Patrol.
I don't think that there's going to be any report. The reason why I'm sitting here saying that, if there's a precedent,
though.
What I mean by that, Alan, is I mean that if there's reason to believe that the kid has been abducted, then there is.
All right. How would you know that the kid's been abducted?
You talk to that kid. It's literally all you have to do.
All right. And what if the kid doesn't talk to you?
Then you just assume the worst. That's not what's going on here, Alan. That's not what's going on here, Alan. Alan, that's not what's going on here.
You just validated that entire argument that I just made
about
them taking away that kid.
These are people who we know are family.
No, we don't.
Oh my God, Alan.
No, we don't. We have because again, these are illegal immigrants into America. One, they have no medical backgrounds on anything like that. Two, they're not U.S. citizens; they're Mexican citizens. And you know what? You could go if they can get through the medical U.S. Mexican citizen system, find out that information. Sweet, fine. But Mexico's fighting them the whole way. Three, MS-13 is being rounded up with this group.
Yes, that's the only good thing about this.
So what if they have kids? Should they stay with their parents then?
No.
Okay, so it's okay if we do it with criminals, even though they're all criminals. You can't win this one. It sucks. But
it's a shitty situation, and
I'd rather the kids being taken away, put into a classroom, being taught while their backgrounds are being checked, than being stuck with their parents who might be sex traffickers, drug traffickers, stuff like that. If the kid is like, oh yeah, he was born here in the States, well, the parents are illegal sex traders and stuff like that. So, it sucks. But the argument of they're destroying families, no, they're not. They're putting the kids into summer camps, literally. The parents are being stuck in shitty fucking shitholes, but then again, they crossed the border illegally. And I actually talked with Kim, who is who is from Mexico. And I straight up looked at her in the face and I said, okay, Kim, let's say Mexico was the first world country and the U.S. was a third world country, and a second world country. So like, okay, it's like, okay, how would you feel if Americans were coming across your border and taking your jobs illegally? And she was like, just stopped and thought for a moment. I'm like, wow, Allan, you're an asshole. I'm like, why? Because I convinced you? It's like, yes. It sucks. It sucks. It does.
Oh, yeah,
I agree.
It sucks.
But it is necessary. That in this case, you have to turn off your emotions in this case, and you have to do it logically. It's hard and it sucks, but holy shit. I don't care if they're actually family. If there's a possible chance that we catch out of all these families, we catch, let's say out of 100, we catch one sex trafficker with like 3 kids. We just save 3 kids, and that's worth it to me. Your argument loses because I'd rather save those children from a bullshit life than have them break up some families for a small amount of time.
So Intel CEO recently got fired due to some shenanigans he was performing.
What happened? Sorry,
he was sleeping with somebody who was underneath him.
Oh, well, I mean, if he's sleeping with someone underneath him, that's just a normal condition of missionary for the reason of procreation.
This guy was a guy who sat there and said that he was for diversity, and it comes out that he was sleeping with somebody who was underneath him, which goes against Intel corporate guidelines. So thus he fired/quit. So it was a good thing all around, I think. Hopefully Raja Kadori becomes the new CEO of Intel, because then it will actually be a fucking competition. And then we have a really good storyline of AMD versus Intel coming in up again, which is going to be fantastic. And Raj seems like a good guy. Moving on. Let's sync.
Yeah.
Sync in 3,
2,
1.